Welcome to the Living Inner Thrive video trilogy, video number 2, The Science of the Human Experience. Part 1, Context and Key Terms. An important note before we dive in. The information presented in this video is intended to provide you with a high-level scientific overview of the interconnected systems and functions involved in the human experience, and to highlight the ways in which these systems and functions influence and play an integral part in your human experience and influence your Thrive mode. For many people, simply being aware of these key elements of how we work can make a huge difference in their self-awareness, their experience of life, and their ability to naturally shift into Thrive mode and living inner thrive. The information is also intended to empower you with the empirical background that has significantly influenced the LFP framework, philosophy, and effectiveness. This information is not intended to insinuate or in any other way imply that you or anyone else should live or should be experiencing your life in these or any particular ways. It is also not intended to define what health is or what healthy should mean or look like, or the degree to which any human may or may not be experiencing health or illness. It is not intended to suggest that a person must be healthy in order to thrive. In fact, the truth is quite the opposite, as we will cover in video number 3. In other words, this information has been specifically designed with the intention of providing you with valuable and helpful perspectives, clarity, insight, and understanding for consideration and integration along your journey, not as a rigid rulebook or definitive guide for living or thriving. We'll begin by going over the key terms and definitions that are important context for the themes we'll be exploring throughout this video and beyond. Vitality, attunement, homeostasis, health, well-being, and vitality attunement. Vitality, a lively or energetic quality, energy and strength, the capacity to live, grow, or develop, the property of having life, the power-giving continuance of life, active in all living beings, capacity for survival or for the continuation of a meaningful or purposeful existence, power to live or grow. Vitality also has the general meaning of life force, as in the mysterious power that separates the living from the dead. Attune and attunement. To bring into harmony. To make aware or responsive. To bring into a harmonious or responsive relationship. To attune to something is to adjust to it and become aware of the way it works. Homeostasis. Biological homeostasis is the ability to maintain relative stability and function as changes occur in the internal or external environment. Breakdown of homeostatic regulation can contribute to the cause or progression of disease or lead to cell death. In living organisms, homeostasis is a self-regulating process that enables biological systems to remain stable for survival. The health and vitality of the organism can be said to be the end result of homeostatic regulation. Homeostasis is not static and unvarying. It is a dynamic process that can change internal conditions as required to survive internal and external challenges. The ability of a system or living organism to adjust its internal environment to maintain a state of dynamic constancy. And homeostasis denotes the maintenance or regulation of vital internal variables in a state of relative constancy. Automatic cellular mechanisms, neural and endocrine controls, and behavior all contribute importantly to homeostasis. Health and well-being. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or illness. Well-being is defined as a sense of health and vitality that arises from your thoughts, emotions, actions, and experiences. When we have well-being, we feel happy, healthy, socially connected, and purposeful most of the time. The aspects of well-being according to the Berkeley Wellbeing Institute. Emotional, feel happy. Physical, feel healthy. Social, feel connected. Workplace, feel fulfilled. And societal, feel a sense of community. Physical well-being, which refers to feeling very healthy and full of energy, is also viewed as critical to overall well-being. Well-being is not just the absence of disease or illness. It's a complex combination of a person's physical, mental, emotional, and social health factors. Well-being is strongly linked to happiness and life satisfaction. In short, well-being could be described as how you feel about yourself and your life. Disrupt and disruption. A disturbance or problems which interrupt an event, activity, or process. A break or interruption in the normal course or continuation of some activity, process, etc. A situation in which it is difficult for something to continue in the normal way. The act of stopping something from continuing in the normal way. To break apart, to throw into disorder, to interrupt the normal course or unity of. Now that we've reviewed the key terms and definitions, let's take a look at some of the primary factors that can impact health, vitality, well-being, and homeostasis. Environment, environmental. Internal and external. Immediate and broad. Local and global. This can include physical environment, such as room, house, geographic location, neighborhood, town, city, state, etc. It can also refer to workplace environment, social environment, educational environment, and any other space that a person inhabits. Environment also refers to the factors and variables within that environment, such as fresh air or pollution, danger or safety, spaciousness or confinement, rural, metropolitan, or wild, or any other factors that comprise or create the qualities of that environment. Of particular importance in context of environment are stressors and harmonizers, which are aspects or attributes of an environment that can positively or negatively influence a person's health, well-being, and experience. Events and experiences, which can influence a person through their interpretation of the event or experience, the direct impact the experience has on them, the role an event or experience plays in their ongoing thoughts or paradigms, and the significance that the event or experience holds in their thoughts and their paradigms. Attention is one of the most significant factors that can influence health, vitality, well-being, and homeostasis, including the quality and kind of attention we're paying to the world, our level of consciousness, the quality and kind of focus that we are paying to the world and to ourselves, the activity and roles of the hemispheres, as well as reality filters and interpretive opinions, beliefs, memories, meaning-making, conditioning, worldviews, paradigms, and the brainwave activity that is going on in any given moment. All of these attentional factors can play an enormous role in the quality of our health, vitality, well-being, and homeostasis. We'll be exploring the role of attention in much greater depth in video number 3. Connection or disconnection, ecological awareness or isolation. This can refer to personal connection or disconnection in the form of self, identity, ego, and having an evaluative outlook. It also refers to relational, social, environmental, existential, and spiritual connection and disconnection, and ecological awareness or isolation. In essence, what this is referring to is the degree to which somebody feels that they are alone and disconnected from the world around them, or whether they are aware that they are an interconnected being within a larger ecosystem within the larger universe, and that they are an integral part in a larger whole. A significant impact factor is the awareness and interpretation of self-reference and orientation, such as accepting and relating versus critical or rejecting, conditional versus unconditional, open versus closed, and also refers to identity and story of self, beliefs, worldviews, paradigms, ontology, life experiences, historical narrative, purpose, experience, mindset, and the degree to which one is connected or disconnected to an experience of essential self. Another significant impact factor is that of social and relationships, culture, and society, including family, peers, religion, religious beliefs, caregivers, culture, cultural norms, media, and other social factors throughout our lives. Additional impact factors include freedom, opportunity, liberty, ability, means and resources, expression and contribution, nutrition, diet, access to life-giving resources and physiology, physical exercise and ability, as well as purpose, meaning, fulfillment, and engagement with life and the world around you. Here we'll visit one more term before we move forward into the main content. Vitality attunement. The degree to which a person is attuned with and experiencing health, homeostasis, well-being, vitality, inner peace, freedom, and thrive mode. Vitality attunement refers to the range of experience that we have between disrupted attunement, which disrupts and detracts from thrive mode, to vitality, which supports connection to thrive mode. The signs and signals that our vitality attunement is disrupted are isolated and separate, whether that be the illusion of isolation and separation or the experience of isolation and separation, unhelpfully activated and stressed and fragile, out of sync and at odds with vitality. The left hemisphere is dominant, and we have a disrupted central nervous system and disrupted brainwaves. We are lost in our thinking. We are asleep or unconscious. We're living from our ego and our story of self and self-importance and separateness. We experience conditioned, unhelpful thinking and reality filters. We live by external means to end rules and structures. And we feel unfulfilled, disconnected, lost, and living in default mode. When we are in connection with vitality attunement, we are intra-connected. Our whole nature is connected to ourselves, others, and the world around us. We are attuned, aligned, agile, and resilient. We are harmonious, and we orient harmoniously. Our right hemisphere is dominant in the optimal balance. Our central nervous system is attuned, as well as our brainwaves. We are grounded and centered. We are awake and conscious. We are living from our essential self, our whole being, and our connection. We experience presence and our inner wisdom and our inner thrive. We are aligned with our core values, intuition, and real-time insight. And we are intrinsically fulfilled and experiencing inner and outer thrive. We'll make a quick note here to mention a related resource from earlier in the LFP journey, Thrive Mode Gardening, which is a thorough audit of the Thrive Mode ecosystem and also facilitates an awareness of your Thrive Mode quotient. This resource and these themes are absolutely related to the science of the human experience, vitality, well-being, as well as vitality attunement. So as you watch this video, you may want to keep that in consideration, or if you've done that workbook, you may want to reference it at the end of this video in consideration of what you've learned. With those clarifications in place to help us orient into this informative journey, let's officially dive into the science of the human experience. Please continue to video number 2, part 2.